Hello.
Hello. Hi.
Hi. We're here. We're live. We're in the office.
How bizarre. We're back.
We're back.
The band is back together.
I know. Hi,
Yeah.
everyone at home. Cheryl Arkle
Jane Tara.
in the office, in the Better Reading office. We're back. This is the first time this year that we're together.
Yeah.
I think, is it today the first time we've seen each other live?
Briefly the other day when
Yes,
you drove past
when
in
I
the car.
dropped the
But
book
yeah,
off. Yeah.
basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Since the Christmas party.
Yeah, there you go. So we're back.
Yeah.
Well, Jane hasn't been anywhere. Well, you have been. You've been on doing a bit of bookie stuff, haven't you?
And sort of out and about.
Yeah. Anything? What was one of the highlights of you being out and about?
Meeting readers and booksellers who actually just talk to me about the book and the themes in it. Having conversations with women. That's what I loved. Yeah.
There you go. Hi, everyone. Cheryl Arkle, Jane Tara. What are you reading? Now, we've got a huge stack of books. What are you reading? Tell us what you're reading. And, of course, we'll tell you what we're reading. Do you want to start?
Yes. Well, let's start with I'm not reading it yet, but I'm taking it home this weekend. I think anyone who has been, watching us here for quite a while knows that I've loved Avril's previous two novels. Two, I think this is the third one, unless I've missed one, but I think this is number 3. So I'm very, very excited to read this weekend.
Beautiful cover.
Isn't it beautiful? And she sets it up in like northern Queensland. This one is set on an island that this woman has grown, like a tropical island up north, that this woman has grown up on and is going to inherit, I believe, and but with it she inherits some secrets. It's her birthright, but there's so I love the sense of atmosphere she gives her novels, so I'm really looking forward to reading that.
Okay, so Sue says hi and welcome back to me. Thank you. Sharon says hi to both of us. Yes, we're back. Yvonne is reading The Night She Fell by Eileen Merriman, and it's a great read. Carolyn, she was on. Well, can we talk about last night? I interviewed Diane Armstrong.
Yes.
And her new book is called The Wild Date Palm.
I love that cover too.
Yeah, it was a really good cover, but also it's such a great conversation.
Yeah.
For those of you, Carolyn and others that joined us last night, I really enjoyed listening to her talk about how the book came to be, and how she had that seed of an idea and how she followed through. It was really interesting. Carolyn was on that last night, so thank you. And she says hi to you and I. Great that we're back together again. We are. First time. A big thank you to Better Reading this week for introducing me to Fiona Lowe. We love Fiona. I read The Accident and thoroughly enjoyed it. Now, the pleasure of discovering her other books.
You've got quite a backlist there.
Yeah, it's so wonderful, isn't it, when you find an author? I've done that where I've found somebody and then I just want to read everything in it, just after the other, over a couple of weeks, I just really binge, if you like.
Yes,
on authors. That happens.
And isn't it amazing when you find someone who's actually got like a body of work behind them?
Yeah, you get really excited. Now, let us know, do you binge? Do you binge on authors? Anyway, tell us.
Yeah.
Helen says hi. Hi back. Christine says hi. Alicia says hi. Tracy. Hi, Tracy. Thank you. And Tracy's reading Flawless by Elsie Silver. Helen is reading Close to Home by Cara Hunter. Sharon enjoyed last night's talk with Diane Armstrong. It really was very good.
Sharon's coming from YouTube.
Yeah, she is. She is coming from YouTube. Jane just finished Paradise House by Erica James. Now reading Jumping to Conclusions by Sarah Chalice. Both great reads. And
got a new Erica James over there. So if
do you want to grab it?
Yeah, there's a
we
new
like a
one coming
segue.
in.
We like a segue. Sue says, I'm amazed that you read a book in 1 week, Jane. I wish I could do that. Jane is a very good and fast reader.
There we go.
There we go. There we go. Segue.
Yeah.
Hi, Malvina. Good to see you too. Nice to see the gang together. Thank you. Just finishing, Malvina is reading The Women by Kristen Hanna.
Mhm.
Melissa says hi to us and just finished A Woman's Work by Victoria Permit.
She's got a great new one coming out.
Yeah, and she could be on today, couldn't she?
Well,
usually
yeah,
on.
she's sometimes on here, but I'm also trying to work out an event night for her. So,
Oh, right.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So, because I've been away, I'm a bit out of touch. Do you want to talk to me about the new Fiona McCallum?
Well, Fiona McCallum, it's kind of a family,
We love Fiona.
family mystery. This one, it was Nat kind of reviewed that one, but there's a great dog in this one. That's
Well, I
what
can
we were
see him,
talking
it's
about
on
in
the
the
cover.
office. Yeah.
Look at the
Yeah.
dog. That's a black lab, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it is a mystery, and it's about sort of secrets within a family and community.
And we love
yeah.
Fiona. She's been around a long time, and she's such a good writer. Thank you, Fiona McCallum. Okay, what else have you got?
So we've done a YA preview for this, Gus and the Missing Boy. This is also on my bedside table to read. It is a debut by Troy Hunter. I think we're going to be seeing a lot more of him because a lot of people are talking about this. And it's one of those reads, from what I've heard, that there's a crossover between adults reading YA as well as kids. So it's, suitable for teenagers. But I think there's going to be a lot of adults reading this one as well. And it's about Gus Green. He's always felt out of place in the world. He's overweight, gay, is injured mum's primary carer, only has a couple of friends. And then one day he finds himself on a missing persons website. And so he has to question whether his mother is his mother, is his life, and so
Wow.
Really great premise. And
that just gave me goosebumps.
Yeah,
that really did. Christine said that she's reading Someone Else's Child by Kelly Orr. Now that book gave me goosebumps. Tracy said she once binged the In Death series by J.D. Robb.
Yes.
They are very bingeable. Is that a word, bingeable?
It is now.
Yeah, it is now. Wendy says, hi, welcome back to Beyond Cheryl. Thank you. Wendy is reading Hope Street by Iris Mackler, and it's a memoir. Also reading The Good Woman's Guide to Making Better Choices by Liz Foster. There we go.
And did you
Thank you for
pick
the
that up
segue.
last week? So she was here last week, and that's her book.
Oh, fantastic. Lovely.
Yeah.
Okay. Teresa, yes, I'm a binger. She said, love discovering new authors. Wendy, I got that. Melissa, hi ladies, and hi to you. Melissa is currently reading Madeline Martin's, the book. That's the author.
Yeah.
I'm confused. The Keeper of Hidden Books.
Mm.
Yep, that's the title. Okay, Christine has binged and read most of Kate Moulton's book in one go. She's very bingeable.
She is. So what have you binged on before?
Me? What have I binged on most recently? What's her name? All right, it'll come to me. What have you binged on?
Well, probably before working here, I don't think I ever read much crime or thriller, if at all.
Oh yeah, that's definitely
and
bingeable.
so I found some really favourite crime authors, and Michael Connolly. Remember when he came into the office, and I'd read one of his books for that, and then went back and read a whole bunch.
I've definitely binged Michael Connolly. I've definitely binged Lee Child.
Yes. Yeah.
But I'm trying to remember. Is Bianca there today? I'm trying to remember Booker Prize winner, Irish author. Anyway, it's escaped me. Anyway, somebody can help me. Somebody can help me. And also I met her at the Adelaide Writers Festival. I hung out with her, but I can't. Anne Enright.
Right.
Anne Enright. Yeah, I've binged Anne Enright, which is kind of you need time to digest the beauty of her writing. But all I wanted was Anne Enright in a row. Crime, I tend to binge crime all the time. Michael Robotham.
Yes, I binged him too when I first was introduced to him.
Yeah. Okay, all right. So we're all binging at the moment. Meryl is reading Chai Time at Cinnamon Gardens by Shankari Chandra.
She has another one coming out.
She does, and she won the Miles Franklin. Yeah.
And is beautiful.
And is gorgeous. Annie says, hi there, ladies. Currently reading The Cryptic Clue by Amanda Hampson.
I'm
I
just
love
so ready
it.
with the segue.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
You're so good with the
Mm.
segues.
Yes.
Do you want me to hold the orange one because it
Yeah, so-
matches my top?
Oops, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah, so Amanda wrote The Tea Ladies,
She did.
and it was an immediate bestseller. I think she was writing women's fiction before, like sort of more older women's fiction. So this is cozy crime, right up there with Richard Osman, that type of style. And when The Tea Ladies came out, it was a bestseller. The Cryptic Clue has just been released, and it's going gangbusters, and people are loving it. And it's about these five women who it's set in the 1960s in Sydney in the rag trade, and these women kind of just fall into, you know, solving crimes. And this time round, it's a national emergency. So yes,
there we go.
A lot
and
of
aren't
fun.
they? Yeah, they are fun covers as well, aren't they? Okay, look, what do we got? What do we got? So Segway Queen is right here. Helen is reading a better reading preview. It's the David Nichols book, You Are Here.
Great.
So that's out. Do we want to talk about
yeah,
preview?
so pop preview up.
Started reading it last night. Helen did. Now, preview is such a great initiative. I know that many of you are part of this program, but if you're not, all you have to do is subscribe to our newsletter, our EDM, and you visit our website to do that. It's betterreading.com.au. And every week there are 2, 3 books that you can actually review. And what happens is, you know, you register your name, it goes into a number generator, and we pick out 80, 100, depending on how many books we've got, and then that book gets sent out to you, and you need to read and review.
You know, a paragraph at
most.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of you love it because if you miss out, you're not happy. Now, what is it? 2 strikes and you're out. 3 strikes and you're out.
We never have that though, because
most people,
our readers take it seriously. They love it.
You do love it, and we really appreciate it, don't we? We really value it. The author values it. The publisher values it. So that's what preview is.
And I love that, you know, so many of our readers here, we see them like tagging Better Reading and the author on Instagram. They
on socials,
put it on Goodreads or something. So it's actually supporting the author in so many ways.
And also the author really is. She wants your feedback, or he wants your feedback. Janine says, hi, everyone. Just read The River by Vicky Wakefield. Oh, my God. That was right there on my list. Did you see that right there? There it is. Janine says it's excellent, well-structured story. I interviewed Vicky. I had a really great chat with her. The podcast is out now, and the book was called To the River. Thank you, Vicky. Thanks for that. What have we got? No, thank you, Janine. I said thank you to Vicky. Well, thank you to Vicky for writing it, but thank you to Janine for sharing that with us. Valerie just finished reading The Underground Library by Jennifer Ryan. 5 stars she's given it. Yvonne says hi to us, reading at the foot of the cherry tree.
I've got that one on my shelf. I kept that because when I have time, I want to read it. Thanks, Yvonne.
Now, this is a good point that Tracy's making, that she reads a lot of YA because she finds that they have a lot of important social issues. That's really interesting, Tracy. And also, too, I mean, you know, they're not just written for children. I mean, we can read, I mean, I still read picture books, as you know, and a story is a story. But that's really quite interesting, Tracy, that's the reason. And it's true, isn't it? They're usually dealing with something. Yvonne says she reads a book every day. Oh my God, Yvonne! Wow, good for you.
Do you read? Well, do you only read like the hard copies? Do you listen to audio books? Do you read ebooks? Yeah, let us know. That's interesting.
That's and obviously maybe retired. You couldn't have a job and read a book a day.
Unless she has a long commute.
You could have a long commute. Yeah. Melissa says she doesn't binge, but did with Leanne Moriarty. Absolutely. I mean, so bingeable. Right? Valerie is listening to the audio book. It's hilarious, of one of the books that we just talked about. Malvina just binged Emma Visic's series about the deaf PI, Caleb Zellick. 4 books. Don't know if I pronounced her name correctly. Visic is her name. I have had so many wonderful conversations with her over the years.
Yeah,
She's a
interesting.
musician.
Yes.
turned
Yeah, that's right.
writer.
Like
Yeah, remember that?
classical or something, isn't she?
Yeah. So interesting. And she does really write a good protagonist. So there you go. Thanks.
And
Malvina.
writing a deaf character as well.
Can't
It's
be easy.
interesting.
Yeah. Okay, thanks for sharing that, Malvina. And nice that you're here today. Faye says she's reading The Quiet Tenant by Clemence Michelin. Wendy just got Liz's book after last week. What are you reading session and enjoying it? Where is it? It's right here.
The Good Women's Guide to Making Better
Yes.
Choices.
Yeah. Tanya says hi to us and has just started reading Someone Else's Bucket List by Amy T. Matthews. Alita says when she discovered Di Morrissey, I read her back catalogue and that was quite a few books. Yes. And they're not thin books, so you would have been quite busy. So you binged on Di Morrissey. Yes. What else have we got? Dervla. I wanted to talk about Dervla.
Glass House.
And Glass House. Yeah. Okay. All right. So this is a new Dervla McTiernan. This is a proof copy. Actually, if you subscribe to Preview, you usually get a proof copy as well that you can keep. And those proof copies can be quite special. A proof copy is usually an uncorrected proof, and they produce it pre-publication, and it gets one more. Does it get one more proof before it goes to print?
Sometimes two, depending on. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, anyway, this is a new Dervla. We love Dervla, and it's called What Happened to Nina. She did some work. Did she do anything for us this year other than write a good book?
No, she's been out and about, like doing some pretty big events, I think.
Great.
And no, we haven't seen her here. But I was saying we should get her on. I don't know if anyone follows her on Instagram, but she's all over the AI technology and authors thing. Very interesting to watch. Yeah.
I binged on her actually.
Yes.
Yeah, I did. I think. I read the first book, and then I do that with Netflix as well. I can't do one show a week. I can't wait for the second.
Same. I binge it. Yes.
Yeah. And same with reading. Anyway, there you go. All right. What else do you want to talk about?
Okay, so The Glass House is our book of the week.
Love that artwork.
Now, Anne Buist and Graham Simmerson,
husband and
wife. Okay, so this is it's like, what are they comparing it to? What book is it? It's kind of light, but got some really serious themes, and it's set in a like a rehab kind of psychiatric ward, and each chapter has a new protagonist. It's through the point of view of someone else. But this couple, Anne and Graham, are currently travelling around Australia with their van painted on the side that they're on this book tour, visiting 400 bookshops around Australia.
What a great idea.
Keep an eye out. They might be coming to a bookshop near you, and particularly if you're regional, I'm sure that there are signings and events coming out your way. Yeah.
Do you want to put up the Rosie Project? Because for those people that you would remember that he was the author of the Rosie Project on his own. But
and then they wrote the book about the Camino together. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So we're going to put the Rosie Project up in a minute. What have we got? Yvonne, I found out that an audio book takes 9 hours to listen, but only 5 hours to read. Wow. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. So thank you, Yvonne. So if you're listening to the one story, like say we're reading Fiona McCallum, it might take 9 hours as an audio book, but if we're reading it, it takes 5 hours. Well, I guess it depends too how fast you are. But if fast and slow would only take away a few minutes, I think.
It would. Some people turn it over to like double speed that they're listening to on, I think we once Adam was telling us he doubles the speed. So the speed of the audio book can go twice as fast.
Oh, wow. The Rosie Project. Yes. Yeah. Oh, there it is, back up there. You'll remember that. That's a few years old now, but that was his first book. And he wrote that as a screenplay. I think, or a script.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah,
Yes.
and then turned it into a book, and
Yeah.
it sold its socks off.
Mm.
Anyway, okay, all right. Well, Yvonne, thanks for that information. That was really interesting. Valerie says the Cryptic Clue audiobook is fantastic. Kaz says about to start Cheetah by Karen Rose. Now, if you want to sign up for the Better Reading newsletter, there's the link. You can just have a look at the link in comments. Teresa said she recently discovered Taylor Jenkins Reid. And so she had to binge her books. Definitely Michael Rowbotham she's binged. Fiona McIntosh she's binged. Currently finishing the Da Vinci Code after letting it sit on her pile for many years. What
you
a
were
great
reading
read.
that last week, weren't
Yeah,
you?
wow.
And I've got to say, I enjoyed that. I
Yeah,
loved
yeah.
that when that came out.
Yeah. What do we say? We say book's not you until
you
read
read it. Yeah.
Susan said, what are you looking for? What are you looking for? Is it in the library? Is what she's reading. Sally says, I've been reading Leonie Kelsel's and Carly Lane's books recently, both wonderful authors. My aim is a minimum of 52 novels this year. Wow. Go for it, Sally, and let us know how you're tracking. Linda is reading The Talented Mrs. Greenway by Tia Cooper, who we love. Yeah. And it's Australian historical fiction. And Tia lives up at the Hunter Valley. She's been to see us a few times, and we've recorded a podcast.
Her books are so popular, and I know that she is popular with other Australian historical writers.
Oh wow!
Remember when Belinda Alexandra met her at our lunch?
Yes.
And was like, I love her books. You know, yes.
Bev says hi to us, and she loves Better Reading Preview, so Bev uses it and has been fortunate to receive a few books to review, and that's wonderful, and thank you, Bev. Bev's just finished Amanda Hampson's book, Two for the Road, and the last of my binge reads are of Amanda's books. Yes. We've got Amanda's books right there.
Yes.
Okay. Chloe is reading Colleen Hoover. Oh, that's who she's probably. Right. Chloe is binged, I'd say, on Colleen Hoover and Sylvia Day. Christine Dervler is an amazing author. I love her books. Jill, thanks to Better Reading Preview, I've just finished The Gallows Bird by Barbara Sum, which is definitely a 5-star read. Well, thank you. Isn't that valuable information?
Yeah, we've got that in.
The Class House does have a beautiful cover, absolutely. I think they were at the local library a few weeks ago. Oh, yes, the Rosie Project authors. Teresa said she loved the Rosie Project. Michelle has just started The Naturalist of Amsterdam. Janine had to binge all the Chris Hammers. Another definitely bingeable author. Joy Bell, hello. Joy Bell is reading The Fourth Right Woman by Darry Fraser, who we also love here. And she says, lovely to see us together. What else have you got? You got more stuff?
That's it. But let's talk about the podcast.
Yes. So the podcast, here we go. We've got a suite of podcasts now. We've got the main one, which is Stories Behind the Story, which is beloved by all, and lots of interesting people coming up this year. I think we're over 500 podcasts. I've spoken to over 500 authors. Then we've got Jane's one, the Woo Woo podcast called Better Reading Be Better with Jane Tara. We've got What Are You Reading, which I do every now and then.
Usually over the summer when we're not doing this.
And sometimes Carolyn comes in and we have a book chat. Hey, tell me, do you listen to the podcast? Do you like them?
Have you reviewed it?
Yeah, have you reviewed it? Have you liked it? We would love that.
Yes.
I think that's it from us today.
That's it.
Yeah. I just love this session.
Yeah, it's so good.
When I was in San Francisco, I was doing it at night because it was 8 p.m.
Yeah.
But it's so nice to do it in the afternoon with all this beautiful light in the office. Yeah. And we love speaking with you. We love the fact that you tell us what you're reading. We like your reviews. We like your opinion. And we love the fact that you even talk to each other.
Yeah,
it's wonderful,
that too.
Isn't
it's such a nice community.
It really is. So thank you. Thanks. Oh, okay. We'll get that right here. It's Graham Simsim with his partner, Anne Buist. Is that how you pronounce it?
So,
yeah. And Graham was the author of the Rosie Project. Okay. Christine says that she tries to listen to all the podcasts. Thank you, Christine. Let us know. Make sure you've reviewed them. This session needs to be at least 30 minutes. 45 would be better. I think we're almost at 30 minutes. But anyway, and don't forget, you can kind of keep talking amongst each other, and
Yeah.
I often drop,
we go in and we check out the
Yeah.
books that we haven't actually heard of as well. So we
Yeah.
make little lists.
It's very, very valuable.
Yeah.
Thank you. Lovely, lovely always to see your comments. Okay, until next time.